Hello, friends. Welcome to Betkraft, your home of short football analysis and predictions. Okay, today is another beautiful Saturday morning, and as usual, on a Saturday we normally have a lot of games going on across the globe, and amongst these ones, we selected and made our in-depth analysis on these few games and brought it forward for you. All right, today we have two different variants of games. Today we have the ones with that are having the low odds, and at the end of the video we also have the games that are having a high value, which also translate to bigger odds. All right, those are the riskier ones, but I always advocate that we try it out. We never know, because we always have reasons to do all this. Try it out and see how it goes. All right, and today we will be starting, and before we do that, I want to urge those of us that are coming across the video for the very first time to kindly take our time to hit the subscription button down there so that we don't miss out on our subsequent games that will be coming up on this channel on a daily basis. All right, okay, that being said, without further ado, let's head to the business of the day. And today we have the FA Cup final going on today, where Manchester City will be up against Manchester United, and we all know that Manchester City, the Liga winners at the moment, and they're actually one of the strongest teams in the world at the moment. Seeing that they've been winning all their matches in recent occasions, we could see that in the past 6 games they had, they've all won that all those 6 games, and United on the other hand have been able to have 3 wins as well as 3 losses in the past 6 games they had so far. And bring it down to how both sides fared from home on away perspective, you could always see that playing from home, Manchester City have always, been able to win. They won 8 games from their home, and they also had 2 draws. And Manchester United, on the other hand, have managed 5 wins playing from away. They've also had, 5 losses playing from away. But today's game is actually on a neutral ground, and in this very account we'll be looking at the form for both sides, and we'll see that seeing how they fared from the last encounter. We saw Manchester City defeating Manchester United by 3 goals to 1, and also previous game before that saw Man City also defeating Manchester United by 3 goals to 0. So in this very encounter, it has always been Man City who has been seeing the upper hand in this very fixture, seeing that 8 times out of the last 10 meetings for both sides have always seen Manchester City being victorious. So we do expect Man City to rise to the occasion once again and complete that double for the season and win this game outrightly. It is the home side, Manchester City, that's expected to win. Home win as a verdict. And the next is in German Bundesliga, German Cup, called the DFB Pokal. All right, we'll have Kassel coming up against Bayern Leverkusen, and Kassel, the home side, in the past 6 have been able to achieve 3 wins. They've also had 2 losses as well as 1 draw. And the away side, Bayern Leverkusen, who recently won the league, but losing out in the midweek to Atalanta, Europa League finals. All right, and they'll be looking to take this use this very opportunity to kind of complete domestic double for that side, a very good side that they are actually. And despite the fact that they lost out to Atalanta, that doesn't take out the fact that they are really a very good side, and they're expected to rise to the occasion in this very game. But let's look at how they fared from recent encounters. We'll see that the home side, Kassel have managed 5 wins playing from home. They've also seen 4 losses as well as 1 draw playing from home, and their away side, on the other hand, have only lost to Atlanta throughout the season. And the entire matches that they've played, they've been they've been doing very well. And we see that in the last 10 away games they had so far, they've been able to win 6 out of it, and they've had 4 draws. Okay, and aside that loss to Atalanta, they are a very good side, and we do expect them to rise to the occasion and win this match outrightly and complete their domestic double. It is our way side to win. That's our verdict for this very encounter. And that takes us to the next game. And the next game we have is in Iceland, where we have Reykjavik coming up against Delvik Rena. Okay, in this very encounter, we see that the home side have won 2 games. They've also lost 4. out of the past 6 games. And the away side the same, have been able to win 2 games, and also they have lost 4 games in the past 6 encounters. And then you take it down to how both sides fared for home and away. You could see that the home side have been able to achieve 5 wins from home. They've also had 4 losses and 1 draw. And the away side, on the other hand, have had 3 wins from away and also 1 draw, as well as 6 losses playing from away. But worthy of mention is the fact that in these very fixtures, they've been scoring a lot of goals in Iceland, and we could see that the home side in the past 10 home games, they have seen a lot of they have seen about 7 games out of the past 8 games out of the past 10 home games have actually produced an over 2.5 and beyond. Some of them producing over 6.5 goals and all that. So, and the away side also have seen 7 times out of 10 also produce over 2.5 in their last 10 away games. So we do expect a lot of goals in this very encounter. So saying that they've been scoring a lot of goals. So we do expect so many goals in this one, a minimum of 3 goals. So our verdict for this very encounter, it is actually an over 2.5 goals minimum. That's our verdict. And that takes us to the very next game. And the next game is in Singapore League, where we have Geelong International who will be up against the Young Lions. Okay, Geelong International have lost the entire 6 games they played on recent occasion, and their away side, Young Lions, have managed to win 3. They've also lost 2 as well as 1 draw in the recent games I've had so far. Taking it down to how they fared from home and away, you could see that the home side have managed just 2 wins in the past 10 home games. They've also had 1 draw as well as 7 losses in the past 10 home games they've had so far. And the away side, on the other hand, Young Lions have managed to win 2 games from away as well as 1 draw. They've also had 7 losses from their away games. So also what you have mentioned is the fact that the home side in the past 10 home games they've had so far have produced a lot of goals, seeing that they have seen over 2.5 on 7 occasions out of 10, and their away side also have seen over 2.5 on 9 occasions out of the last 10 away games that played so far. So it is over 2.5 that is pretty dominant in their fixtures. So we're putting all that together. We know that over 2.5 is highly expected in this very encounter. Also, the last 2 occasions where these 2 teams met saw them also playing out over 2.5. So in this very encounter, we want to see at least 3 goals, minimum of 3 goals in this very game. Over 2.5, that's our verdict, and that will take us to the next game. And the next game is in Norway First Division, where we have Fredrikstad who will be up against Tromsø. And Fredrikstad will see that in the passes that they've been able to win all the passes games they've had in recent occasions, and their away side Tromsø have had just 2 wins out of the past 6 games. They've also had 4 losses in the past 6 encounters. And when you take it down to how they fared from home and away perspective, you can also see that the home side Fredrikstad have been able to achieve 6 wins playing from home, as well as 2 draws and also 2 losses played from home. They're doing very well. They've been able to win 60% of their home matches. And at the away side, on the other hand, Tromsø have been able to manage 3 wins playing from away. They've also had 1 draw, and they have seen 6 losses playing from away. As a matter of fact, they have lost their last their last 3 away games saw them losing out on those 3. So we do expect the home side, who is quite better, to rise to the occasion, even knowing that the home side have actually won their last 6 games, all right, outrightly. So we do expect the home side to rise to the occasion in this very game. It is home win. That's what we suspect. That's our prediction for the very encounter, and that will take us to the next game. And the next game is also in Norway, second division, where we have Hod who will be up against Haldane. And Hod in the past 6 have been able to achieve 3 wins out of 6. They've also had 3 losses also, and the away side have had 2 draws as well as 4 losses from the last 6 games they've had so far. And when you take it down to how they fared for home and away perspective, the home side have been able to achieve 4 wins playing from home. They've as well had 2 draws, and they've also had 4 losses from the home games they've had so far. And the away side, on the other hand, have managed just 1 win playing from away. They've also had 1 draw, and as well as a whole 8 losses playing from away in the last 10 away games ahead. So it goes to show that they're not doing very fine, seeing that they've lost 80% of their away games. So we do expect the home side Horde to rise to the occasion. Also, what they've mentioned is the fact that the last two times both teams met saw Horde, the home side, winning on those two occasions. So we do expect a home win for this one. That's our verdict, home win, and that takes us to the next game. And the next game also in Norway, second division, Group 2, where we have Grorud who will be up against Jovik Lane. Okay, and the home side in the past 6 games have achieved 2 wins as well as 4 losses, and on the other side away have seen just 1 win as well as 5 losses. So when you take it down to how they fared from home and away, you can also see that the home side have been able to achieve 3 wins playing from home. They've also had 2 draws as well as 5 losses from the home side, and the away side on the other hand have produced 5 wins playing from away and 3 losses as well as 2 draws. But what I've mentioned is the fact that now we do see a lot of goals from their fixtures, seeing that the home side in the last 5 home meetings have always produced an over 2.5 in even or more in all the 5 games they played from home, and the away side on the other hand in the past 10 away games have always seen over 2.5 on 7 occasions out of 10. So it goes to show that over 2.5 is much more prevalent in this very encounter, seeing that both teams have been scoring a lot of goals and conceding as well. So we do expect to see above 3 goals in this very one. Over 2.5, that's our verdict to that very encounter. Okay, and those are the games that I have smaller odds, but these ones are the ones about to enter, the ones that are quite higher in value, and also the riskier ones. But I do advise that we play these ones probably on a separate ticket, but why not try it out, even though they're having a lot of odds, but we do have reasons to play them because we have the records of how they performed in the recent encounters, which we also largely inform their performance in this very one. So the first game that we have amongst those big odd is also in Norwegian division, second division, where we have Ulen Saka coming up against Jelsas. Okay, Ulen Saka have had 2 wins in the past 6 games. They've also had 3 losses as well as 1 draw, and the away side on the other hand have seen 5 wins as well as just 1 loss in the past 6 games they've had so far. And when you take it down to how they fared from home and away, you could see that the home side, Grorud, have managed 3 wins from home. They've also had 7 losses from home, and the away side on the other hand, Jelsas have been able to achieve 4 wins from away. They've also had 2 draws as well as 4 losses playing from away. Okay, and we'll see that the last 2 away games that they had saw them winning on those 2 occasions. All right, winning convincingly. One of the games saw them playing out a 3-1 win against Grorud. So we do expect a win for their away side in this very one. It is priced at 2 odds, so but we do expect away side to rise to the occasion and win outright in this very encounter. That's a value for that very game. Away win. And the next in the high odd games is in Austrian Liga 1, where we have Schwarzweiß who will be up against Admira. Okay, Schwarzweiß in the past 6 games have lost the entire 6 games they've had, the home side, and the away side, Admira, have managed 3 wins as well as 3 losses in the past 6 encounters. And when you take it down to how they fared from home and away perspective, we can also see that the home side in the past 10 home games have managed just 1 win. They've also had 3 draws as well as 6 losses playing from home. And the away side on the other hand, Admira have managed 5 wins playing from away, and have also had 5 losses playing from away. They had a better average in that they've been able to win 5 matches from away. 50% of the away games, they are much more likely to rise to the occasion in this very game, to win this game outrightly. And also what I've mentioned that the home side, the last 6 games they've lost the entire 6 games. So we do expect the away side to win, Admira to win outrightly. That's our verdict. And that takes us to the very last of the big odd games. Okay, and that is in Sweden, first division, where we have Jalby who will be up against Jugadin. Okay, Jalby have been able to win 3 in the past 6. They've also had three losses in the past 6 games they've had. And away side, Jugadin have managed 5 wins out of 6, and they've also had 1 loss. And when you take it down to how they fared from home on the way, you could see that the home side, Jalbi, have been able to achieve, you know, 6 wins in the last 10 home games. They've also had 2 draws as well as they also had 3 draws as well as 1 loss in the past 10 home games. They're doing very well. Okay, and the away side on the other hand, Jugadin have been able to achieve 6 wins playing from away. They've also had 1 draw as well as 3 losses playing from away. And also, what you've mentioned is the fact that we saw Jugadin playing out a 5-0 drubbing of Bromo Pokana last weekend when they played out a match. We saw them winning their home their away matches by 5 goals to nil. And also prior to that, we saw them defeating Vestras by 2 goals to nil from away again. So the last 2 away games they've had have always produced a lot of goals, and they've always scored. And we do expect the away side, Jugadin, a very strong side in Sweden, to actually rise to the occasion. The odd is priced at 2.2. Is a very large odd, and it's one of the riskier games. But we expect them to win in this very game. It is away side to win. That's our verdict, and that concludes our predictions for you today. And wish you the very best of luck. I also advise to play with what you can afford to lose. It's only a football game. You can go either way. We only look into these games and made our verdicts based on what we see them play in the past. Remember, something could happen in any of these games, but it is what it is. We expect them to win, and and also tomorrow is another day. Remember, we have our Sunday Millionaires games happening tomorrow, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. But until then, keep winning.